Bridge. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We are at the AWS Summit here in New York City. You're, looking at us through a bunch of tubes.
But you're kind of here too.
All the tubes of the internet, or internets, plural,
Multiple.
perhaps. I'm Am Grabelli. We're hosting today a bunch of people, bunch of products, bunch of learnings.
I love to learn.
Yeah.
Learn and be curious, as they say.
I am a developer advocate for Game Day, joined by my co-host here, Fiona, please.
That is me. Hi, everyone. I'm Fiona. I'm a solutions architect at AWS in the public sector. I work with nonprofits, and it's been a fun day getting to talk through launches and learn about different products and services at AWS. It's another fun angle, though, to see how our customers and our partners are actually using our services to build their own products. And, I think that we've got a customer sitting right here who might want to talk a little bit about what you've been building. So do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Kevin.
Hi, everyone. Kevin Zook. I'm the head of Partner Enablement at Glean, a very no longer small but very mighty AI company that has partnered very closely with AWS to essentially empower our customers to drive adoption at the user level throughout their enterprise. And so super excited to be here today and to kind of walk you through a live guide, if you will, through Glean. So we've got kind of like three stops, if you will. I'm not sure if anyone's told you this, but you're like the Guy Fieri of AWS. And like,
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've heard that, but like that was a lot of energy.
Everyone's saying it.
I've heard it like at least 3 times today. So
3 times today?
Yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Wow.
But I would love
How
to.
much money do I owe you, Kevin?
You owe me a lot.
Okay,
That's,
all right.
A lot of money.
So I would love to just kind of jump right into Glean to kind of show you what we do instead of just tell you what we do.
Okay.
And then throughout, I think maybe it would be cool if we had like some tests for folks to see, like, kind of quiz them and kind of showcase the power of what Glean and AWS are doing for them.
Perfect. Are there maybe opportunities for chat to be given the questions that they'd like you to
There are.
ask
So
I was not told there was a test. There was not.
There's a test.
I wouldn't have showed up.
Well, Fiona and I you're the one being tested.
Right.
So like Fiona and I knew about it, but
We will.
Yeah,
We will
sorry.
That's what it felt like. All right. So Kevin, we want to let's pull up Glean already. Let's just get into it.
Please. And then I do have a colleague of mine, Dan Iacono, whose name you will see across YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, wherever you might be joining us from. Dan is in the chat. He leads all of our technical enablement efforts at Glean. So if you have a question about our platform or about our service or about how we might be working with AWS under the hood, I promise you that Dan has the
I'll
answer.
have the answer. I'm wondering if Dan is Dragonov308, who says, I know that Kevin Zook guy.
No, Dragonov, great to see you. Former friend of the show. I used to work at AWS, so Dragonov is a longtime viewer. It's fantastic to see you again. Thanks for joining in, man.
All right, let's see this demo.
Let's do it.
Dan in the chat.
Cool. So what you are maybe seeing soon on the screen here
We're looking at it.
is Glean. And so Glean is a logged in experience. So just to show you, like Tristan is our demo persona.
Kevin, can I say it's very clean?
It is very clean. There's a.
Has anyone ever made that joke?
No,
never.
But
Clean.
now they have.
Now they have.
So I'm just going to show you, like, it is in fact actually Glean. Like, you can see it. Good afternoon, Kevin. It's a logged in experience. Like, this is me down
SSO,
here.
you're in there.
Sign in, like SSO experience. But for the purposes of this, we're going to go into demo mode. And so I shall henceforth be known as Tristan.
That's Tristan. Hello,
Yes.
Tristan.
Now, we have to call you Tristan.
For the rest of this, yes.
All right,
so I'm
Tristan.
now Tristan. And
It's
so
confusing.
Glean works by connecting through APIs to all of your company's corpus knowledge. So we have off-the-shelf, like I would like to call it, connectors that just kind of work from day one.
Okay.
They connect to some of the most popular enterprise apps that folks might use. So like Slack, Teams, like any type of messaging service. We connect to Drive, we connect to Jira, Confluence, etc. One of the things that it allows us to do is surface information that we would otherwise have to go to these applications to look
Search for, look
Any
through,
information.
Home.
Yeah, so like
Any
think of a
information.
time from a viewer or even Fiona and Am, like when you were trying to find an email or that Slack message that you were talking to someone about a month ago.
I genuinely was just doing this yesterday.
Yeah, we do it every day, right? And so like we've found that a significant amount of an employee's time is spent looking for information.
Right.
And so what we've done is we've created this kind of like easy to use logged in experience that allows me to search for things.
All right.
Nice.
And so highly relevant search for today, but let's look up what AWS services does Glean use for a customer deployment. Look, and it's saying someone's asked that question before. So
Popular question.
obviously it's something that people are looking for. And so we have found 176,000 results. That's a lot.
That's kind of a lot of results.
That's a lot, and it's kind of telling me where they're coming from.
Okay.
But much like a web search that you would do on whatever your favorite browser is, this is actually what I'm looking for. This architecture, Glean on AWS. It's an external. If I click on it, it's going to take us to this screen. I can see, like, here is our AWS product architecture.
Wow.
Here's this information. I can look at the services that we're using. And if you look at this list, our assistant actually recognized that this was potentially a question I was asking, triggered itself, and actually went and pulled that information in.
You just hit us with a pretty good 2-in-1. You not only did you show us how Glean works, but you also showed us how Glean works with AWS. So tell us a little bit, how did you build on AWS?
Yeah, so I think a lot of this is just we recognize that a lot of our enterprise customers are using AWS today, right? It is the biggest cloud infrastructure provider on the market in the world. And so we needed a way to package what we were offering in a way that allowed customers to really easily deploy it in their environment. Right. And so I'm sure, depending on what you do, like you've heard this many times before, but Glean deployments are pretty straightforward and easy, for lack of a better word. Right. We give you a CloudFormation template. You create an AWS account. You run that CloudFormation template, and it stands up all of these things that you need to essentially run Glean in your own account in a self-hosted way.
So we're seeing things, we got RDS, we've got S3, we got Lambda.
Yeah, we've
KMS.
got all sorts of stuff here. And so like, I'll even zoom in so we can kind of see this better. But we're using a lot of things. And Bedrock, which says is optional, is where we're pulling a lot of our large language models that kind of like power the AI ML functionalities under the hood, right? So one of the things that we found was, you know, self-hosted is kind of like the one of the things that companies want from us, right? We can deliver this as a SaaS product, no problem.
Right.
Companies sometimes just want more control over what's happening. Right?
Sure.
And so we wanted to give them
that they have
that option, that functionality, and AWS helped us provide that.
I love that. So you mentioned that people spend a lot of time searching for things. You helped produce that. We've got a poll question for you all.
Chat said, Dragon Knight said, I'm always searching
for stuff like that. I'm also always searching for stuff like that. We've got a question for you all. Poll question. What is the typical reduction in time spent searching for information after implementing Glean? Is it 15 to 20%, 25 to 30%, or 40 to 45%? Give us your best guess there. And speaking of questions, Em, I've got a question for you. If you were to think of Glean's AI assistant as a superhero, what would its power be?
What's a superhero? What is the power that
Glean has?
Let me focus in.
Maybe Kevin, what would you?
No, hold on.
No.
Kevin, just think it. Think what the answer is, Kevin. Think harder. Harder. Telepathy.
How'd you know that?
Telepathy.
He's Glean.
That's the answer and the answer to your question.
You got like Glean superpowers, man. That's crazy.
You know what?
We could go on.
I actually asked Glean what the superpower was.
I love that.
Off camera.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Awesome. So let's see our poll results here. What did everyone think the typical reduction in time spent searching was? Let's pull up those poll results.
We're waiting.
And it looks like we've got about 40% of people guessing 40 to 45%. Kevin, what kind of answers do you have for us here?
That is correct. 40 to 45%, which if you really think about that in the context of how much time you spend looking for things, like that is a huge amount of time savings, right? And like I want you to think about it this way in compounding value. Let's say you have one employee that spends 1 hour a day looking for stuff, which feels average.
Reasonable.
Like that's maybe what I do, right?
Yeah.
And you have 10,000 employees that work at that company. If you can save them all half an hour a day, 5 days a week, 300 days a year. That's a significant time saving just from surfacing information. And we haven't even really gotten into agent functionality or chat, literally just looking at where are things.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Kevin, you were talking to us, which we explicitly asked you to stop. Off camera, we only talk to you on camera. That's
right.
it.
They were like, I was talking.
But you're still telling us all about Glean, which I was excited to hear about, actually, which is why I let you continue. But it learns as you use it about you. Is that correct?
It does. So we recently had our user conference, Glean Go, not too long ago, where we made the announcement that Glean itself is a giant knowledge graph, right? So it's like we're vectorizing this information and we're plotting where it is and who uses it. We announced the ability to have personalized knowledge graphs. And so as I or Am or Fiona uses Glean over time, based off of what role we have in the company, what documents or chats or groups we're interacting with, Glean will learn over time and begin recommending and surfacing information that could be relevant to us that before we maybe would have never known existed, but that we do have access to as a critical part of our jobs.
Yeah.
I just want to give you an example, Kevin. See what you think about this. I'm on the AWS game day team. I got a coworker sitting right down there. Her name's Maya. You'll see her later. You'll never believe this. AWS game day, to build a game day, a little complicated. We got a lot of different docs spread all over. Yeah. And whenever we onboard a new person onto the team, it'd be a challenge for them to find all that stuff. Do you find your customers with those types of challenges, and what have you seen them as they've started to use Glean?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And so one of the, not best use cases, but one of the biggest time savings and value adds that we've seen Glean provide is in onboarding, right? When you think about it, you've joined a new company, right? You've started a new class at school, a new semester, wherever you are in your learning journey, right? And the first thing you have to do is you have to go find everything that you need, right? They're like, here's your onboarding plan, and here are these people you need to meet, and here's this information you need to know, and it's a lot, right? In Glean, we can create collections that people are able to see and surface. And so if I look at let's look for, we just recently had a huge cohort of account executives start, so like AE onboarding. And I can just search for that, right? I'm new, I'm like, there's a collection, and there's a collection for my first 30 days here.
Wow.
With a hot link that I can click on. Okay. And it has this collection of everything that they think I should know about what I would need to do to be successful at Glean.
Dragonov put really important question in chat. Can it find my car keys?
Let's talk about that, Dragonov. I think that'd be a super cool feature request. I don't think it can do that today, but who knows? If we digitize those car keys, maybe.
Right? Digital twin.
So you are mentioning these cross-platform collaborations. You mentioned Teams, Slack, Confluence. Is there anything that has been an improvement that kind of surprised you as you are doing these integrations between your platforms?
I think surprised is a strong word. Okay. I'm not sure if it's surprised. I think a lot of the things we do is that, ultimately in this space, something that AWS has helped us with, as well as what Glean is focused on, is the product, if you will, works really well, but it only solves problems based off of the value of the information you provided. And so, having companies understand that, the data you already have in those systems, if it's not good data.
Bad data in, bad data out.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, bad data in, bad data out. And so a lot of the things we're working with our customers on and with everyone on is something that AWS is working well on, which is what information are you storing?
Yeah.
What is your storage solution? Are you archiving the right data? Are you needlessly keeping things? And so maybe not a struggle, but something that we've worked with our customers on is what do you really need? What is the value of the information coming in? And as long as it's good in, Glean makes it very easy to find.
Absolutely.
I feel personally attacked by this line because garbage in, garbage
existence
still.
Yeah. And so the last thing I would love to show you guys, just before we run out of time here, is agent functionality.
Okay.
And so I've struggled with finding the right one. So we have all of these agents. So we have all sorts of stuff that I'm showing here. And one of the things that we want to do is everyone has one-on-ones, whether you're leading them or you're having them.
Yeah.
And so we have a agent that's been run called one-on-one prep. And so you're not seeing me type this, but this is my manager. You can harass her on LinkedIn if you want. But I no longer keep notes while I Glean. At all my other companies, I have had to keep notes meticulously about who I'm meeting with and everything else. And this agent essentially pulls all the transcripts from our meetings, looks at all of our Slacks and emails, and it says, what have they been talking about? And it looks at what did we talk about? It's showing it thinking.
Amazing.
Right?
Beautiful.
And basically it's hey, these are the results. These are the discussions and everything else.
We got to go, Kevin. I love it. Go check out Glean. But for now, you stick around because Jasmine is about to tell us what's happening at the AWS Gen AI Zone. Jasmine,